Hey Dan, how you doing? Hey, just your thoughts on, well, first of all, the turning point. Yamamoto ties it, and then you guys score four goals in the third period.
Yeah, it was a grind. I mean, that game obviously was so tight for so long, and the score was absolutely not indicative of the game. Spokane played very well, had lots of chances, a couple posts early, obviously, and fortunately we were able to just sort of keep them at bay, get through that push, and then we got some traction of our own as the game went on.
How do you feel about those penalties? You have an embellishment penalty, but you have a tripping penalty called at the same time. If it was embellished, it wasn't a trip. How do you feel about that?
I actually disagree with that. I actually feel that there can be an embellishment on an actual penalty. So I think the penalty and the embellishment are two separate things. And I'm not saying there was embellishment there. I'm just saying in any situation, if there's a hook or a trip that causes the player to go down, but the player accentuates it, then I think that's the appropriate call to add the additional embellishment penalty. But that's no judgment or commentary on those particular calls tonight. I'm just saying, generally speaking, I think that's the right thing to do.
Winning goal tonight and 2 goals in 2 games. Or what can you say about your new scoring threat from the blue line?
Yeah, Scott, yeah. Well, what we know about Scott is that he works so hard on his game. You see him, you know, he's one of the first guys on, last guys off, that cliche, but it's absolutely true with Scott. And so for him to persevere through all of that during the course of the season, where he had great chances, as we know, you know, great looks that normally would go in, for some reason they didn't go in, he just stuck with it, now he's being rewarded.
That's not his forte anyways. I mean, if he keeps doing what he does, you don't really care about his goal product, obviously.
Yeah, you know, for any player, for him and for all of our defensemen, the lesson is that, you know, it starts with being a good defender, and then you want to have a good first pass, and then when you get to the offensive blue line, get pucks through in that order. And if you do those things, you tend to have success.
A lot of back and forth, and obviously a momentum shift right after that goal by Walford when there was a penalty kill. Comment on that being sort of a key to keeping momentum for the wins.
Yeah, that was huge. Getting through that penalty kill was really important. You know, they were really trying to go for it there and get that goal, and then to get through that and have Scott get that through, especially with traffic at the net. Jeff DeWitt was at the net. You saw Scott point to him right away after he scored. You know, credit to Jeff for being at the net as well, and Scott for getting it through.
Back-to-back 7-3 victories, you have to be feeling good about how your offense is playing.
You know, it's nice to see the puck going in, but as we know, the game can go up and down, and sometimes the puck goes in, sometimes it doesn't. So we try to focus less on the score and more just on the process of, are we creating scoring chances, if so how, and are we limiting scoring chances? And I thought we did a better job limiting their chances in the third and creating more of our own.
Similar to Prince George, you got better at the end, more speed, and same thing today. Something about the ending just being stronger, or a little bit of a lapse in the second period. It's noticeable the last 10 second periods you have been outscored.
Oh, interesting stat. I didn't know that actually. Okay. So, well, one good thing about having good third periods, that means the guys are working harder on their fitness and working harder on their recovery. You know, they've got gas in the tank at the end of the game. Even when the bench is short, guys are fresh and ready to go. So, real testament to the work they do into our training staff and medical staff, getting the guys prepared. And you're right, second periods need to be better, clearly. But I'm glad our third periods have been good.
Hey, just your thoughts on 2 games in a row now, tied 3-3, and you get the last 4 games, 4 goals each game. Coach said you guys have a lot of the tank at the end, and you guys work hard in practice.
Yeah, it was a good game. I think they didn't quit at all, and special teams were pretty good. So obviously a tie game in the third period, but I think we used our depth to our advantage tonight for sure.
So for you, you continue your streak, but we've got a lot of other people on the board coming to the team game today.
Yeah, exactly. It was really good to see. I mean, guys like Buziak, DeWitt, scoring, Walford. It's awesome. I mean, they went through a little stretch there where we were just kind of struggling for offense as a team, but I mean, for guys that aren't always on the score sheet to get a couple, it boosts the morale for everyone in the room.
Would you say Gregor's really found his game? 6 goals in the last 6 games?
Yeah, he's been great. I mean, when he's skating and moving his feet and moving the puck, he's really hard to defend. And I know we hated playing against him. He was on loose now, so I mean, he's been really good and he's a lot of fun to watch. So I mean, as long as he keeps it rolling, he's really good for us.
What can you say about the scoring machine you have on the blue line now, Scott Walford?
Yeah, I actually told him we were at lunch today, and I said, I bet you or Pfizer's going to score again tonight. So I mean, that's kind of, I'll kind of take credit for that goal. But no, it's really good to see.
So talk about the power play, and you just had awesome looks there, and passing through, and weren't getting it together, and then again, you came back and got another really sweet one. What changed?
Yeah, exactly. I think we just kind of kept our poise. Spokane's a smart team, so they're pretty good at shutting down lanes and kind of reading plays. So we didn't panic too much. We just kind of stuck with what works for us and believed in our skill and our ability and just kind of made some plays happen.
And then you on the PK, that right after Walford got his goal, there was a big PK, and you guys spent most of that in their other end. Did you see that as a key moment to turn the game in your favor?
Yeah, it's big. I mean, anytime after a goal, that shift right after, you want to kind of get some momentum, either if the scorer got scored on. So, I mean, it was good that we could kind of keep them down in their end and keep the puck down there and kind of frustrate them a little bit.
You suggest the fight at the end of the game set the tone for tomorrow night?
Yeah, I didn't really see what happened, honestly. I was tugging on the water, and I looked up and they were squared off. But I mean, good on DJ. McKay's a tough guy, a tough customer, so it's really good to see DJ not backing down.
So anything to come back with tomorrow that you think you might want to be improving? We kind of noted that the last 10-second periods you guys have been outscored. Did you notice that?
It's an interesting stat. Yeah, I mean, maybe we'll clear up our second period tomorrow night. I think we can be a bit more urgent with the puck. We were kind of a bit slow in the first two periods. I think we can kind of up the pace a little bit and play with a bit more speed tomorrow night.
Congratulations on the winner tonight. What was the feeling on the bench? 3-3. They were playing pretty well, and then you scored. Obviously, the major point in the game right there.
Yeah, you know what? I think that when they scored that third goal, we really collectively came together and we wanted to make sure that we got our lead back. I think that someone who played great tonight is Jeff DeWitt. It's his first game back, and he's so valuable to this team, and it might not always show up on the score sheet, but it did tonight. And he had a big block, 2 points. He was phenomenal tonight. I think he was our best player.
And the screen you got, obviously, from Martinoff was key to that goal.
Marty had a great screen. We always talked about having the forwards and the goalie's eyes, and I didn't really think about it when I shot. Dewey made a great pass, but when I shot it, I just made sure that it got on net, and when you have a screen like that, a lot will find the back of the net.
2-2 now, 64th and 65th games. Is this going to be a habit now?
Hope so. It's one of those things that if it comes, it's great. But if it doesn't, I just want to keep contributing in the way that I do and make sure I'm good at my own end first, and then build out from that.
So not a rough game, but there was a fight at the end. Do you think that set the tone for tomorrow night?
I think it's pretty early to say that. I'm not too sure about tomorrow night. I know that tomorrow is going to be harder than it was tonight. They're a great team. It was a lot closer game than the score. They're in a tight race, and so are we. So we just have to be ready to come and play tomorrow night because they're a very good hockey team, and if they don't hit a couple of those posts, that might change the story of the game.
Talk about being against the first round pick, how you guys shut him to just one goal tonight.
Yeah, he's a great player. I think that we're going to see that again tomorrow. He's a great player, and he's always a threat when he's on the ice. So if we just make sure that we know where he is, where his abouts is on the ice at all times, then I think that we can continue to shut him down and minimize his chances.
Is that what you think happened when he did kind of deceive you guys for the opportunity to get his goal?
You know what? He's a great player. Great players get their chances. I mean, we see it in our room. We have a deep room, and sometimes that wears out teams is how deep our room is. So he got his chance, he scored, and he made a great play on their second goal. But tonight was good, but tomorrow has to be better.
And what about Chaz Redicott being back? Comment on his impact on the game and your defensive play?
Yeah, he's a great player. I love playing with him. He plays the right side. He's a great leader back there. He's a big guy. He occupies a lot of the ice, and in the defensive zone, that's very valuable. With his long reach and his physical play, that really changes the momentum of the game. Sometimes he's so valuable in this team, and we're so lucky to have him and Jeff DeWitt back.